Hello, good afternoon, my lovely fans all over the world. I welcome you to my page this afternoon. It's afternoon here. Thank you for always being part of this page. My name is Chinenye Ayogweze, and I'm here to talk about a very important topic today as regards widowhood. Today, I want us to talk about how to deal with loneliness as a widow or a widower. How to deal with loneliness as a widow or widower. Yes, people actually think that sometimes it is, difficult to deal with loneliness. Yeah, I'm not disputing the fact, but on the other hand, you can actually deal with it and live your life. Yes. What is loneliness to start with? Loneliness is feeling sad and unhappy, feeling sad or unhappy about being socially isolated. It is also a state of mind whereby someone feels it's a state of mind whereby someone feels empty, alone, or unwanted. These emotions, this emotion is always complex and unique depending on the individual. And several factors can contribute to one, being lonely, or two, loneliness when you lose your spouse, ranging from losing relationships with your old or past friends, to reduce phone calls, people feeling less concerned and less care about you can make someone feel lonely. Also ranging from maybe troubles from your in-laws can also make someone feel lonely. A lot of things. Even missing your spouse can make someone feel lonely. So a lot of factors contribute to it when you lose your spouse. Now this loneliness, this feeling of loneliness is intense in some in special times in someone's life. For example, during holidays, maybe you are the type that you and your spouse you spend holidays together, or maybe during your anniversaries, you celebrate together, during your birthdays, even weekends that you both spend together. The feelings of loneliness is always intense those special periods. And it could also be intense in the festive periods, such as Xmas periods in your life. So one thing that will help you to overcome loneliness in this period is thinking ahead, planning ahead of this period, planning on how to spend the period ahead of it before it comes. It will help you, it will help you to pass through the period more easily. Sorry, I have a little cold. So it will help you to pass the period easily. You plan ahead, you plan ahead with your family. If some of your family members are around you, you plan ahead to spend those period with them. Now to the main points on how to deal with loneliness as a widow or a widower. No, there are many things, there are some things you have to do, even though it might be, even though it might not be easy at some points, but by applying some of those things, caution, it will help you deal with loneliness. Number one of those things is tell someone that you are lonely. Yes, our people say that a problem discussed is half solved. As a newly widow, sometimes then the widow spouse, one of the toughest things to do is to admit is one of the toughest things to do is to admit your weaknesses or your vulnerabilities. Widows, they tend to show, they tend to put in their best to hide what is going on inside of them, at least to present themselves to appear strong and capable, maybe in front of their children or even to their family members. Yes, it is one of those things they do, so that they won't be seen as weak, or not being that they can't, if they've been left, they can't handle the family. They try to present themselves as being strong, to appear strong and capable, so thereby trying to hide what is really going on inside. And also, coping with loneliness is one of the hardest parts of being a widow. It is hard to cope with loneliness. But how do you overcome this thing? How do you overcome the loneliness? You overcome it by speaking to someone that you are lonely, letting people know how you feel at each point in time, because no one can know what you are going through unless you tell them what you are going through, or let someone who has been through this same journey of widowhood. No one knows what you are going through unless you tell them. Know that you don't have to suffer this loneliness alone. Talk to friends, those that still come around you. Speak to family. Speak to support group what you are going through, and I know it will help you. Secondly, what you need to do as a widow to overcome loneliness is staying positive. Yes, staying positive. How do you stay positive? I want to let you know that too much grieving scares people away from you. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. Yes, it's the truth. When you grieve too much, for example, when your husband died newly, people were around you, friends were around you, you grieve, you cry, you say a lot of things, you express your feelings, your emotions in different ways. Yes, it is acceptable, it is understandable. Then after 2 months, you still do, when the person comes around you, you still do the same thing. And then after 6 months, when that the same friend comes around you, you still do the same thing. Grieving always scares people away from you, because at a point they will advise you, they will encourage you to the point that they don't know what to tell you anymore. So they tend to stay away from you when you grieve so much. Then how do you stay positive? You stay positive by loving yourself no matter what. Try to love yourself. When you love yourself, you won't do something that will hurt you much, because grieving so much will eventually hurt you. It will eventually hurt you, whether you believe it or not. So what do? Develop positive mental attitude. Yes, come. Develop positive mental attitude for yourself. Okay. develop positive mental attitude for yourself, and some days might be you may feel, may be tough for you, very bad for you. Some other days you may be very, unexpectedly joyful. You'll be wondering what is the reason, why are you this happy? You will just be wondering why, but you don't really know the reason why. So in some of these days, whichever way your day goes, you just try to go with it the way it's going, and you see yourself, coming back to your normal self. See yourself, helping, developing your normal self, bringing back your normal self how you used to be. Thirdly, on how to deal with loneliness, the third way you can deal with loneliness is spreading the word to your friends that widowhood is not contagious. Yes. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell people, that come close to you that widowhood is not contagious. Because some of these friends maybe that run away from you, or that don't like staying around you, it's not like they don't want you. But some of your friends, maybe especially married, those that are still married, that still have their spouse around them, when they see what happened, they see, how things are, they become scared that maybe those things might, that thing might happen to their husband, and they become afraid. Then instead of them dealing with their fear or handling their fear themselves, they tend to, run away or to stay away from you. So tell them that it happened to you, as because they are close to you, and that they are coming close to you does not mean it will happen to them soon. Those that come close to you, try to let them know that with being widow is not contagious. You can't contact it by being close to somebody that is a widow. No, it's not. It happens with time. When it's time for someone to die, the person dies. It's unavoidable. So it's not being close to you that will cause them to become a widow. Then fourthly, on how to go about handling loneliness is keeping yourself busy to the point that you hardly have time to be alone. Yes. Keep yourself busy to the point that you don't have time being alone, because loneliness is complicated. It's a complicated feeling that that is more intense when you are at home alone. It is more when you are at home alone, and it's when it continues, it will affect your psychological well-being, and it can also lead to depression. It can lead to depression, and you know what depression is all about, more especially when you begin to lose your friends, you begin to lose your close ones, those that you think they are supposed to care, they are supposed to come close now, that you need them now than ever, but instead of them being close, you see them going away. So in such situation, what you really need to do is to keep yourself busy. Find a way to keep yourself busy, to make sure that there is that you will be alone at home. What do you do to keep yourself busy? You can help yourself by taking up a class. You can take up a new course, study, go out, go to gym class, just try to learn new things, adventure, venture into new ideas, go to lunch with people, go for visit people, make new friends. Because when you go out, you go to courses, you go to class, you go to church, go out of the society, you meet people, with like minds. You make new friends. It will also help meet people that will care about you, or people who have been in the same situation that you are now. People who have been widows or widowers that have the same feeling, that have gone through what you are going through now. It will help you meet them. Then you share mind, you share your thoughts, help you to share your feelings with them. So it will help you. Also, seek counsel. Seek counsel. That is number 5 of how you can deal with loneliness. Seek counsel. Let me tell you one thing about our people. No one is above seeking for counsel, seeking for advice, maybe from a professional or from a therapist, from a grief therapist or a grief counselor. No one is above seeking counsel, no matter your level and no matter the sphere of life. You need to seek counsel. When you see that you have tried your own little way to handle these things and you are not able to overcome it on your own, seeking counsel is not bad. Yes, I must say, seeking counsel is not bad. It will help you. Those people who are professional or therapists in handling grief, will help you go through the stages, teach you how you go through the stages of widowhood, even things that you encounter along the stages. They will teach you how to handle those things you might encounter along the stages. And loneliness is one of those things you will surely, as a widow, encounter. So they will teach you on how to handle it when you get to that stage. So that is why it is good to seek counsel. You can also talk to, your fellow widows. Of course, above all, your fellow widows. In the process of making new friends, most of those people, you see that most of those people, new friends you make will be more of your fellow widows or widowers who have gone through the same thing, because there is a kind of like mind and like feelings that goes on, that the feelings and the mind is compatible, because one way or the other the person has gone through what we are going through now, and the person understands better. So people tend to get acclimatized with things that makes them feel good, or people that understands them better. So it's just a matter of mutual understanding. You find out that you get close, or you get entangled with new friends, which are most of the times widows like you are. And it is not bad. It is not bad, because they have like minds with you. They have gone through the same feeling, or they are still going through the same feeling as you are, and you have opportunity to share your view, to share your point, to share your feelings at each point in time, without having the fear of how this person will understand me, or will they see it another way around. It is a better opportunity, because they are going through the same thing, or they have been through the same thing, and they are even in a better position to tell you what to do, to advise you on things you should do to overcome such feelings, so to overcome such difficult time. So make some of them your friends. Make some of those widows your friends. It will help you. It will really, really help you. So thank you so much for listening. I hope I've been able to enlighten you on how to deal with loneliness as a widow or widower. It will help you. Thank you for staying tuned. Those that get engaged on my posts and like and comment, thank you so much. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you come across this video, please try and share, try and comment. God bless you. Thank you. Bye. Wow.